Ladies and gentlemen, before we Blango, before we open up for questions, we will have an opening statement from head coach Tynesha Lewis.
I'm grateful to get out of here with a win. We knew that it'll be tough. It's the CIAA tournament. Everybody can play. Everybody plays hard. And as long as both teams do that, I know it's going to be a battle. St. Aug has some really great scores, good coach over there. We really respect her as a coach. They got to the free throw line and knocked down shots and made it difficult for us on both ends of the floor.
And now we'll open it up for questions. Before asking your question, please state your affiliation.
Todd Cardinals, Baltimore Sun. Coach, what adjustments did you make at halftime to go on that big run in the third quarter?
None. I just told them to play our basketball. We've been inconsistent in doing what we do. When we do what we do well, passing the ball, sharing the ball, shooting in opens, not turning down open shots, being confident about our game, we can do some things, some very special things. I just challenged them. I said, what do you want? Because we're going home immediately after this game if we lose, and you're going to be in class tomorrow. So they wanted to win, and they came out with greater intensity and really got us a lead that we definitely needed going into the fourth quarter.
My name is Jordan Hobbs. I'm with Fan Off Sports. Question is for Nyasha. First off, great game. Congratulations on the MVP today.
Thank you.
We see you put up the 21 points. I wanted to hear from you, like, what was your mindset going into the game offensively? You had the hot hand, as well as, like, how are you feeling now in terms of, like, you know, your body and moving on to the next game?
Going into the game, I was just thinking, do what I got to do to help my team get a win. Be aggressive from the jump. Make sure we're shooting when we're open and making good decisions. As of now, I'm okay right now. My adrenaline's a little running, so I'll be okay, but I'm ready to go into the next game with my teammates.
Chris Clark, CBS 17 out of Raleigh. This is for Coach. I wanted to know what it was that you told your team when they came back, made it a one-possession game in the end of that third, beginning of that fourth quarter when they made that run in that huddle that you had.
This is about moments. You got to step up in moments. Shoot the shot, you know, take your opportunities. There's only two things going to happen. You're going to miss it and make it, and we still going to wake up tomorrow. So shoot the ball. So basically challenge them that, like, hey, don't back down. Rise to this occasion.
Todd Cardinals, Baltimore Sun again. Now, talk about the end of the game, when they stormed back. How did you guys keep your composure? And you came up with that big shot. Can you talk about that sequence of making that big layup at the end?
Honestly, it's just a game of runs. You make mistakes and you're going to make good shots, but you also got to know to move on to the next play. Don't dawn on what happened and just move on. If you be able to come back from what happened before, then we'll be good, as long as we're playing together and hard.
Last question.
Asia, I know you're looking ahead, but just give me your thoughts on getting MVP.
First of all, I want to thank God for this opportunity to play with a lot of people that I love, for one. Two, I want to thank my teammates because I couldn't do this without them. I feel like we did a good job sharing the ball, getting rebounds, and pushing the ball in transition. And if we keep doing that, we should be good. Thank you.
One last one here for both of you, actually. Does it make it easier or harder to prepare for the next game, knowing that it could, how fast and furious these things coming, and it's just such a quick turnaround for these kind of things? How easy or hard is it to get ready for that next one?
Well, they don't like practice. They prefer games. So I think it'd be a little easier for them. Harder for us as coaches. But coming off a win always helps to go into the next game. So, Blanco.
Going into the next game is not really about preparation. It's more so playing how we play the games that we know how to play going in confident and ready to play intensity from the jump. So I feel like we should be good as long as we go in playing together and listen to the game plan from the jump.
This concludes the press conference. Thank you.
y'all.
Ooh, not on. Oh, okay. Good evening. Welcome to the 2023 CIAA Postgame Press Conference. My name is Tiana Cephas, your moderator for today. Joining us is head coach Ebony Tanner and number 22, Lauren Banks, and number 24, Tanaya Green. Before we open up for questions, we'll have an opening statement from head coach Tanner.
We fought a tough fight. The ladies came out and they played really hard. We had one tough quarter in the third quarter, but the fourth quarter they battled. And it came down to a whole bunch of turnovers and some offensive rebounds at the end of the game. But I'm definitely proud of the fight they had from the beginning to the end. Even in the third quarter, they never held their heads down, and they continued to play hard.
And now we'll open it up for questions. Before you ask your question, please state your affiliation.
Todd Carver, the Baltimore Sun. Coach, what did you say to the girls at the end of that third quarter when they went on that big run? How'd you get them to come back?
I said you're full of fight. This whole season, we found ourselves at times in holes, and they haven't stopped. So I said it's 10 more minutes left in this game, and we're going to fight to the end.
Lauren, overall, how do you assess the season that you had?
I feel like I had a good season. I think my biggest priority was improving on last season, making sure I corrected things I did wrong, having less turnovers, having a higher percentage three-point shot, and shooting percentage overall.
Tanya, talk about how you guys came back in that fourth quarter and made it a one-score game. Took the lead, actually, yeah.
Basically, we all came together as a team and said, hey, we don't want to go home. So we fought as hard as we could to come back.
Coach Chris Clark, CBS 17, good to see you again here.
Yes,
I wanted to know about, from once you started until now, how far you've come, if you would, from the beginnings. I remember practice and building to this moment. Not how you wanted it to end, but definitely building another step in the program here, if you would.
Very true. We fought through some adversity. At the end of the day, we fought through adversity from the very beginning. We returned 90% of a team from last year, and We brought in some recruits that we thought would be very key recruits. But out of those, we ended up with one on the floor playing this year. So we fought through that adversity. We were short in the guard area, but these young ladies, they fought through regardless. I'm extremely proud of Lauren and Tanaya. They have led us the entire season. Whether it be scoring or defense, they've come through. And just knowing that they have the ability to continue to grow as underclassmen. And we thank our upperclassmen for everything they did and making us better. Every year we want to improve. And I definitely think in ways we improved this season as well.
You kind of touched on that. I was going to ask you, how do you make this a brick to build off of instead of a cliff to fall off of, if you would? Because there's a lot of didn't think that you'd be in the game, much less, with a shot to win this thing in the last couple of minutes, Coach.
Very true. Honestly, I've said from the very beginning of the season, we had a team that had all the potential. And we know the word potential is a scary word. But we had a great inside presence. We had a phenomenal point guard in Desmond Casey. We had 2 shooters in Lauren Banks and Ariana Brown. So we were fully capable. Our Achilles heel this season was rebounding. Offensive rebounds hurt us the bulk of the season, and turnovers. It's really hard to win basketball games turning the ball over 20-plus times a game. So what we take from that as we go into next year is we got to take care of the ball. And that's been valuable lessons to both of these players, to my right and to my left. They know if we rebound the ball and if we take care of the ball and value every possession, we come out on the winning side of a ball game.
Any more questions? All right, that concludes this press conference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.